Hello everybody, welcome to another reaction of the Super Saiyan Performance Encore YouTube channel. This is going to be my first time reaction to the warnings Paulina Villarreal Velez Gear Masters episode 475. So, for those who don't know, I did Daniela's Gear Masters episode. I did Alejandra's yesterday, and now today we are doing Paulina. This is the final reaction of the day, but we'll be back on Monday. Tomorrow I'm taking the day off, but on Monday we'll be back with more reactions, including another watch party. We still have a Dan Vask watch party coming at 2:30 p.m. Central Time today, so for those who will stick around for that, we'll see you there. But with that being said, I'm excited for this one. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, comment below in the comment section for any requests. Type the artist, song by the artist. I'll make sure to react to it. Same thing with Throwback Thursday. If you have any requests for the warning or digital tour bus or both, whatever the case is, comment below. I'll make sure to react to it. But as always, guys, with that being said, like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing on the channel. Let's jump straight into it. I'm interested to see how, like, she shows off, like, the drums and stuff.
Hi, I'm Paulina. I am the drummer from The Warning, and right now we're in the North American leg of our Error World Tour. It's the second leg we're doing here in the US, and we're very excited. We just released a new song that is called More, and this is like one of the first times that we've been playing it throughout this tour, so it's been really cool. I've actually had to modify my kits to play that new song, so I'm gonna walk you through it. This is a DW performance series, and
So I'm gonna assume you have to modify your drums for every song, just about. Let me know down in the comments if that's correct. If I'm correct.
well, I've actually had to modify my kits to play that new song, so I'm gonna walk you through it. This is a DW performance series, and she's called Bonbon, which is marshmallow in Spanish. I got it during the pandemic, and I was gonna use it for the first time, and the pandemic happened, so it still feels very new to me. This is a 10-inch tom. This is a 12, and that usually I go for a 14 here, but right now for live I'm using a 16 and this is an 18, so I just can get like that deep sound. I use the toms a lot, like for main rhythm parts, so I really wanted to get like that depth in there. My bass drum actually is a little bit shorter in depth. This is 2214 bass drum. My snare is a hand-hammered Black Beauty. As you can see, she's a beauty. I really like the snare. I've been using it for kind of a short time. It was actually a gift, so I'm very happy with it. It has a very deep sound. It sounds gritty. It depends on obviously how you tune it, but my drum tech Carlos always gets just such a beautiful hard-hitting sound out of it. I use clear pinstripe Remo heads, again 10, 12, 16, 18 on the snare. I use the controlled sound coated one from Remo. So the tuning, especially in the toms, usually varies. These are usually tighter so I can get a good bounce from it. It sounds higher. But these ones are usually kind of tricky sometimes because I like them very loose. I like them deep sounding. But sometimes we get a lot of resonance. But Carlos, my drum tech, has this very cool trick. I don't know if you can see inside the drum, there are cotton pads. We use those to remove our makeup after the shows. And Carlos, one day, he just put them there. And it really dampens the sound, but it doesn't mute it completely. So that's great. So I can get them a little bit.
Huh, that's interesting to know. I found it funny when she said, I don't know why, but I found it funny when she said, we use that to remove our makeup after the shows. But that's interesting how he figured out a trick. You can put it in the drum and it actually dampens the sound a little bit. She mentioned how it doesn't completely mute the sound, but it at least damps it a little bit to help. That's
Loose without it being a complete mess for our sound engineer. So I am a Sabian artist and I use HHX all over my drum kit. This is an 18 HHX. This is a 16. This is also 18, the Ozone Evolution, and the 20 China. This is a 14. I use this on very few songs, but it does make a huge difference because I keep this a little bit more close than I do this one. So every time I just want to like ride over here when I'm doing like double bass pedal things, I use this one. This is a little splash. I love it. I don't use it as much as I would like to, but hopefully in newer songs I can incorporate it more. My ride, it's a Raw Bell Dry Ride 21, and it's a beauty. This is my absolute favorite cymbal ever. I've been using it for years, I think for like 6 years now, and it has such a cool sound. I crash a lot all the time, but I used to have just a normal, like another HHX over here, but this, it just sounds so much darker, so it really cuts through like the brightness of these HHX ones. I just incorporated this cowbell, this LP cowbell, to my drum kit because our new single More has a part with cowbell, and it's really fun using it. I haven't used a cowbell in like years, and it has like its little tricks because sometimes it just like really falls, but it sounds so cool, and it's just really fun to just like drive in that. I love it. I am a big Firth artist. I use 5B barrel tip. I just changed drumsticks actually. I used to use 5A, but I'm a very hard hitter, and I wanted to stop. Like it just felt really light in my hands, so I got this heavier set, and I've been using it this whole year, and it has made such a good difference. I don't have to use as like much strength to get like a very hard, deep sound out of them. This DW rack that I have,
So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually really know there was like a difference as far as like weight, as far as like drum pairs of drumsticks. So that's interesting to know in of itself.
it's actually been like very modified by my dad. My dad like loves hardware, and it used to be like a little bit too large for me, so he like grabbed like a saw and just started cutting everything to my size, and everything is just like so meticulously measured and marked. So like every time that we're touring, like my drum tech and everyone in production can just set everything up really quickly. So it's very efficient. Every time we open for a band or something, we can get everything done in a very short amount of time, so we're not bothering anybody, and it's great. And it's also very comforting to arrive to each show knowing that the measurement of everything is gonna be exactly the same each show. So you don't get like wonky drum sets sometimes. It's all measured precisely. The pedal that I'm using is a Machine DW pedal. I used to use a direct drive from DW, but after they released the chain one, I prefer this one so much more. And it takes a while getting used to it, but once you get the hang of it, it's so easy to control. And again, I'm a very hard hitter, so it just comes back to me in such a easy way for me to like not hurt myself while I'm playing, and I just really love it. I've been using it for a while. In my hi-hat, I'm using 9000 DW. I'm a DW girl. And for my MIDI pedals, I'm using some Roland MIDI pedals. They're very heavy, which is great. So basically, I launch all of our like stems and click through Ableton. And I used to have to do it with like manually, but it kind of looked really like clunky. Like after every single song, I would have to go and like enter. So with these MIDI pedals, I can launch the whole show without anybody noticing. And I used to have like, I've been through so many MIDI pedals and MIDI pads, but these are so great because they're really heavy. So like, they're not gonna be set off by like the slightest movement. They're like, it takes a good hit for it to change the scene. So they're fantastic. I have a start pedal and a stop pedal just in case something goes wrong. We're all humans, and sometimes we need to stop the click track. It's just so efficient for everybody to have these systems, and it's fantastic. The drum throne that I use.
We are all human, accidents happen. But the main purpose of this pause was to notice how, look at the amount of chords that are back there. My gosh. that's just insane, honestly. Um, Shout out to the entire crew, like sound crew and stuff, for the warning, but at the same time, props to them just because they have to literally transfer all this stuff to the show, to every show. Wow.
It's the DW Airlift 9000. It's great. I use it in the lowest setting because I'm really short. So, but it's really comfortable. I love it. For in-ears, I use in-ears audio. They are fantastic. Usually we grow them out really quickly, but these have just like really lasted. And usually the problems that we have with in-ears is like the cables at one point, like they just don't plug in correctly and you don't hear stuff. But these ones have lasted wonderfully. What I hear the most in my mix is the bass, because me and my sister are just like really connected when we're playing. So having that, like those bass ends, just like really makes a big difference. For my kick block, I have a kick block.
Bass and drums are the most important instruments in the band.
I hit it very hard, and usually it just goes so far. Sometimes, like when we didn't have a kick block, sometimes Carlos, my drum tech, would just have to be like there in front of the drum, just like for it to not move. So that is a lifesaver, and I love it. So that was my gear run through. Once again, we are The Warning. Our webpage is called thewarningband.com. We are The Warning Band on all social media, so go check us out. Thank you for watching.
That was really cool. That was the warning. Paulina Villarreal Velez, or Velez, how we pronounce it. Gear Masters episode 475. That was cool. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the reaction, was I reacted to Daniela's Gear Masters episode. I yesterday reacted to Alejandra's Gear Masters episode, and now I just did Paulina's. This was really cool to see all three sisters Gear Masters episode, just to see like them like showcase their gear and stuff, show how like it works, like what helps it work and stuff, like the pedal boards, the auto tuner, the tuners, and all kinds of stuff for guitar and obviously for the drums. Um, but yeah, overall, again, I just loved it. Love this video. Um, and yeah, what she was mentioning about her being when she was mentioning about the chair that she uses, she was mentioning how because she's short. I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but which I could be, but I think Paulina is the shortest one, and Daniela is like the middle one as far as like height goes, and then Alejandra is the tallest, obviously. I think that's how it works. I think Paulina is like right at 5 feet, and I think Danielle is like 5'4". Alejandra's like 5'8". Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments again. But this was really cool to see. Um, And again, like I mentioned, same thing that I mentioned about my reactions to Daniela and Alejandra's Gear Master episodes. It was really cool here for Paulina's episode. It was really cool to see to see what she has to do to prep for the shows for her drums, just like just like Daniela has to do for guitar and Alejandra for bass. And then, of course, when it's all finished and set and done and prepared, when you get out to stage for the shows, it sounds great, sounds amazing. So, as always, for that, I just obviously gotta give props and shout out to the sound engineers and entire crew for the warning. They constantly are working hard every single time. I'm sure, and yeah. and what I was mentioning there, I was mentioning giving props to the sound people for the warning, because they got to carry all those chords and and stuff and drums and all that stuff to every show, which is insane to me. But and seems like a lot of work. But shout out to them as always. Shout out to the entire all the warning sisters, of course, Paulina, Alejandra, and Daniela. As always, guys, I like this video. If you guys enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, comment below in the comment section for any request. Type the artist sung by that artist. I'll make sure to react to it. Same thing with Throwback Thursday. As always, guys, if you have any requests for the warning, comment below and I'll make sure to react to it. This was the final reaction of the day, guys, but we'll be back on Monday. Not tomorrow because tomorrow's my day off, but on Monday we'll be back with another reaction, with more reactions, including another watch party. So with that being said, guys, take care. We still have 2:30 p.m. Central Time. We still have a Dan Vass watch party coming up. So for those who will stay tuned for that, we'll see y'all there. But until then, guys, have a great rest of the day. Take care. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Peace out.